Most people believe that once you hit 60, the best thing you can do for your health is to simply walk more. Walking is good, it's gentle, it's easy, and it's accessible. But the truth is, walking alone may not be enough to keep your muscles strong, your bones resilient, and your metabolism active as you age. In fact, there are specific exercises that go far beyond what walking can do. Exercises that actually slow down aging, prevent frailty, and improve longevity. Today, I'll share with you 5 powerful exercises that, for people over 60, are better than walking. After the age of 60, one of the most important aspects of health that often goes unnoticed is the preservation of muscle mass. Many people assume that simply walking every day is enough to maintain strength and vitality, but the reality is very different. Walking is excellent for cardiovascular health, but it does little to stop the natural decline of muscle mass that occurs with age. A condition known as sarcopenia, this gradual loss of muscle, is not just a cosmetic issue, it directly impacts strength, balance, metabolism, and independence. Resistance training, often overlooked by older adults, is one of the most effective strategies to fight against this process and preserve muscle well into the later years of life. Resistance training does not necessarily mean lifting heavy weights in a gym. It refers to any exercise that creates tension in the muscles against some form of resistance. This could be bodyweight exercises like squats and push-ups, resistance bands, light dumbbells, or even simple household items. The key is that the muscle is being challenged to work harder than it does during normal daily activity. When this happens, microscopic tears form in the muscle fibers, and as the body repairs them, the muscles become stronger and more resilient. Over time, this process not only halts the decline of muscle mass, but can actually rebuild lost muscle, even in people over 60. Maintaining muscle mass in older age is crucial for more than just strength. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, meaning it plays a major role in how the body processes and burns energy. As muscle decreases, metabolism slows, making weight gain and insulin resistance more likely. This is one reason why older adults often struggle with weight management despite eating the same or even less food than before. By preserving and building muscle through resistance training, metabolism stays more active, blood sugar control improves, and the risk of conditions like type 2 diabetes decreases significantly. Beyond metabolism, resistance training directly supports bone health. As we age, bones naturally lose density, leading to osteoporosis and an increased risk of fractures. Walking provides only limited benefit for bone density, while resistance training creates the mechanical stress needed to stimulate bones to become stronger. When muscles pull against bones during strength exercises, it signals the body to reinforce bone tissue. This is especially important for the hips, spine, and legs, which are areas most prone to age-related fractures. By protecting both muscle and bone, resistance training becomes a powerful tool for long-term independence and fall prevention. Another important factor is balance and stability. One of the biggest fears for people over 60 is falling, which often leads to injuries that can change the course of life dramatically. Stronger muscles mean better balance, quicker reflexes, and improved ability to recover from a stumble. Resistance training improves the strength of the core and legs, which are the foundation for stability. Even simple exercises like chair squats, wall push-ups, or resistance band pulls can have a profound effect on balance and coordination. There is also a mental and emotional benefit to preserving muscle mass. Staying strong builds confidence in daily life. Whether it's climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or playing with grandchildren. Resistance training has also been shown to reduce symptoms of depression and improve overall mood, partly due to the release of endorphins, and partly because of the sense of empowerment that comes with getting stronger. The process gives older adults a sense of control over their health and aging, which is invaluable. The misconception that resistance training is unsafe or too strenuous for people over 60 is one of the main barriers preventing more older adults from reaping its benefits. In reality, when done correctly and progressively, it is not only safe but essential. Starting small, with very light weights, or even just body weight, and gradually increasing intensity allows the body to adapt safely. Unlike walking, which has a very low ceiling for progression, resistance training offers endless opportunities to challenge the muscles and continue improving over time. Preserving muscle mass with resistance training is not about becoming a bodybuilder or lifting heavy weights. It is about giving the body the tools it needs to stay functional, independent, and resilient in the face of aging. It is about maintaining the strength to get out of a chair without help, to lift everyday objects with ease, and to continue enjoying the activities that bring meaning to life. For people over 60, resistance training is not optional. It is one of the most powerful forms of medicine to protect both the body and the mind for years to come. One of the greatest risks to health and independence as we age is falling. For people over 60, a simple fall can have serious consequences, from broken bones to long recovery times that may never fully restore prior function. What makes falls so dangerous is not just the injury itself, but the cascade of problems that often follow, including reduced mobility, loss of confidence, and in some cases, a permanent decline in independence. While many older adults assume that walking regularly is enough to keep their balance in check, the truth is that walking alone does very little to train the body in the specific skills needed to prevent falls. Improving balance through targeted exercises is far more effective in building the strength, coordination, and stability required to stay steady and avoid the dangers that come with a loss of balance. Balance is a complex skill that relies on the integration of several systems in the body, muscles, bones, joints, the inner ear, vision, and the nervous system. As we age, all of these systems experience some level of decline. Muscles become weaker. Reaction times slow down, joints stiffen, and vision may blur. If nothing is done to address these changes, the likelihood of stumbling or losing stability increases dramatically. Walking, while beneficial for cardiovascular health, does not directly challenge these systems in the way that balance training does. To truly protect against falls, older adults need to engage in exercises that specifically target balance and stability. Improving balance starts with strengthening the core and lower body muscles, which act as the foundation of stability. The core includes not just the abdominal muscles, but also the lower back, hips, and pelvis. When these muscles are strong, the body is better able to react quickly to shifts in position, whether it's stepping off a curb or catching yourself after a misstep. Exercises such as standing on one leg heel to toe walking, or gentle yoga poses like the tree pose directly engage the stabilizing muscles and train the body to maintain balance in different scenarios. These exercises go far beyond what walking provides because they intentionally put the body in positions where balance is challenged. Another important element of balance training is coordination. Falls often occur not because someone cannot walk forward, but because they cannot respond quickly enough to an unexpected change, like a slippery surface or an uneven floor. Exercises that require quick changes in direction, small lateral movements, or controlled shifts in weight help retrain the nervous system to respond faster. For example, practicing side steps with resistance bands or even simple chair rises with a focus on controlled movement can greatly improve the body's ability to adapt to sudden changes. Flexibility and joint mobility also play a major role in balance. Stiff hips, ankles, and knees make it harder to correct your posture when you start to lose balance. Gentle stretching, ankle circles, and range of motion exercises keep the joints fluid and responsive. A flexible joint has a better chance of absorbing unexpected shifts without leading to a fall. This is another area where walking falls short, because walking uses the same repetitive motion without stretching the range of movement. The benefits of improving balance extend beyond physical safety. One of the biggest psychological effects of falls is fear. Many older adults who have fallen once become afraid of falling again, leading them to move less, which ironically makes them weaker and even more likely to fall in the future. By actively practicing balance exercises, individuals build confidence in their ability to stay upright and steady. This confidence encourages more movement and activity, creating a positive cycle of strength, independence, and safety. Incorporating balance training does not require expensive equipment or complicated routines. Simple daily habits, such as standing on one foot while brushing teeth, walking sideways across a room, or practicing getting up from a chair without using the arms, can make a significant difference. Over time, these small, consistent efforts train the body to be more stable and responsive. Unlike walking, which becomes automatic and unchallenging, balance exercises continually demand focus and adaptation, which is exactly what the body needs to prepare for real life situations that might cause a fall. Improving balance to prevent falls is about much more than exercise. It is about preserving independence, protecting bone health, and maintaining quality of life. A fall that could have been prevented with stronger balance often changes everything for an older adult, leading to hospital stays, reduced activity, and even the loss of the ability to live independently. By prioritizing balance training, people over 60 can dramatically reduce this risk and gain the freedom and peace of mind that comes with knowing their body can handle the challenges of daily life. Balance, unlike many other aspects of health, can be improved at any age, and it is one of the most powerful ways to stay safe, active, and independent well into later years. As the body ages, bones naturally lose density, a process that can lead to conditions like osteoporosis, making them weaker and more prone to fractures. This decline is especially concerning for people over 60, as even a minor fall or bump can result in serious injuries such as hip or spine fractures, which often mark the beginning of a steep decline in overall health and independence. Walking is often recommended for older adults as a gentle way to stay active, and while it does provide some benefit for bone health, it is not nearly as effective as targeted weight-bearing exercises. To truly strengthen bones and protect against the risks of aging, incorporating specific weight-bearing activities is essential. Bones, much like muscles, respond to stress. When stress is applied to the bone through weight-bearing exercise, it triggers the body to build new bone tissue and reinforce existing bone, making it stronger and denser. Without this stimulus, bones become brittle and fragile over time. Walking applies only a small amount of stress, since the movement is repetitive and low impact. In contrast, exercises like squats, lunges, step-ups, and resistance training with weights or bands create more significant stress on the bones, especially in the hips, spine, and legs, which are the areas most vulnerable to age-related fractures. These exercises send a clear signal to the body. The bones need to be strong enough to handle greater loads, and in response, bone density improves. Strengthening bones through weight-bearing exercises is not just about preventing fractures. It also plays a critical role in posture, mobility, and overall vitality. The spine, for instance, tends to compress with age, leading to stooped posture and back pain. Weight Bearing exercises that target the back muscles and spinal column can help maintain proper alignment and reduce the risk of spinal deformities. Strong bones support strong posture, which in turn improves breathing, digestion, and balance. This creates a chain reaction of health benefits that go far beyond skeletal strengths. Another important point is that bone and muscle health are deeply interconnected. Muscles pull on bones during exercise, and this mechanical tension stimulates bone growth. The stronger the muscles, the greater the pull on the bones, and the stronger the bones become in response. This is why resistance training is so effective. It simultaneously strengthens muscles and bones, creating a dual defense against the decline associated with aging. Without adequate muscle mass, bones do not receive the signals they need to maintain density. Thus, weight-bearing exercises are not only about lifting weights or performing squats, but about fostering a partnership between muscle and bone that sustains health and mobility. It is also important to note that bone health plays a central role in maintaining independence. A hip fracture, for example, is one of the most serious consequences of weakened bones, often requiring surgery and lengthy recovery periods. Many older adults never fully regain their mobility after such an injury. Preventing this scenario is far easier than dealing with its aftermath, and regular weight-bearing exercise is one of the most reliable strategies to avoid it. By strengthening the bones now, older adults can drastically reduce their chances of experiencing life-altering fractures in the future. In addition to physical strength, weight-bearing exercise has mental and emotional benefits. Knowing that your bones are strong enough to support your daily activities builds confidence and reduces the fear of falling or injuring yourself. This confidence encourages greater activity and movement, which further strengthens the body in a positive feedback loop. Exercise also stimulates the release of endorphins, improving mood and mental clarity, both of which contribute to overall quality of life. For those concerned about safety, weight-bearing exercise does not have to mean lifting heavy weights at the gym. It can be as simple as performing bodyweight squats, using a chair for support, doing step-ups on a staircase, carrying light groceries as a form of resistance, or practicing yoga poses that load the bones in different directions. Even small, consistent efforts add up, and progression can be gradual to match each person's comfort and ability. What matters is that the bones are being challenged beyond the minimal impact of walking. Strengthening bones through weight-bearing exercise is one of the most powerful ways to protect against the frailty that often accompanies aging. It builds resilience from the inside out, reduces the risk of fractures, and sustains independence well into later life. For people over 60, this type of exercise is not optional but essential, as it gives the body the structural strength it needs to keep moving, thriving, and living fully without the constant fear of injury. By making weight-bearing exercise a regular habit, older adults can take control of their bone health and ensure a future that is not defined by weakness or fragility, but by strength, stability, and vitality. As people age, one of the most common struggles is a slowing metabolism. After 60, many notice that even when they eat the same amount of food as before, they tend to gain weight more easily. This isn't just about body fat. A sluggish metabolism affects energy levels, blood sugar control, and overall health. While walking can support general activity, it does very little to significantly boost metabolism because it is steady, low intensity, and doesn't challenge the body in a way that triggers lasting metabolic improvements. Short bursts of higher intensity activity, however, have a profound impact on metabolism, even in older adults, and can help keep the body burning energy more efficiently long after the exercise session ends. Metabolism is the process by which the body converts food into energy. A faster metabolism means the body is better at burning calories and managing blood sugar, while a slower one makes it easier to gain fat and harder to maintain energy balance. The decline in muscle mass and hormonal changes after 60 play a major role in slowing metabolism. Short bursts of intense activity, sometimes called interval training, address both of these issues by stimulating muscle growth and encouraging hormonal responses that keep metabolism elevated. Unlike walking, which quickly becomes routine for the body, these bursts create a demand that challenges the muscles and cardiovascular system, forcing the body to adapt in ways that make it more efficient. One of the most important benefits of short bursts of intensity is the afterburn effect, also known as excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. When the body is pushed briefly into a higher effort zone, such as climbing stairs quickly, performing brisk squats, or pedaling harder on a stationary bike, it continues to burn more calories for hours afterward while recovering. This extended calorie burn is something walking does not provide, as steady state exercise typically stops burning energy the moment the activity ends. For older adults, this means that even short, manageable sessions of intensity can have a long, lasting impact on metabolism. These bursts do not have to be extreme or unsafe. For someone over 60, it may be as simple as alternating between a slower and faster pace while walking, doing 20 seconds of brisk marching followed by 40 seconds of slower steps, or performing short sets of chair squats followed by rest. The idea is to raise the heart rate and engage the muscles at a higher level for brief intervals, then allow recovery. Over time, this trains the body to become more efficient, improves cardiovascular health, and stimulates muscle fibers that would otherwise remain underused. Short bursts of intensity also improve insulin sensitivity, which is how effectively the body uses insulin to regulate blood sugar. As people age, insulin sensitivity often declines, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes. By incorporating intervals of more demanding activity, the muscles take in more glucose from the bloodstream, which lowers blood sugar levels and improves metabolic health overall. This not only helps with weight management, but also reduces the risks associated with metabolic syndromes, a cluster of conditions that includes high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and unhealthy cholesterol levels. Another important effect is the preservation of lean muscle. Intense bursts recruit fast twitch muscle fibers, which are often neglected in steady, low-intensity activities like walking. These fibers are crucial for strength, power, and functional independence. By engaging them regularly, older adults not only boost metabolism, but also maintain the ability to perform everyday tasks with confidence and agility. This combination of improved muscle function and metabolic efficiency creates a strong foundation for overall health. Mental benefits are also tied to short bursts of activity. Higher intensity exercise stimulates the release of endorphins more powerfully than low intensity activity, improving mood and reducing feelings of fatigue. It can also enhance focus and brain function by improving circulation to the brain. For older adults, this translates into not just a healthier body, but also a sharper, more energized mind. Importantly, these exercises can be adapted to each individual's fitness level. Intensity is relative. What feels challenging to one person may be moderate for another. The goal is not to push to exhaustion, but to safely increase the effort in short intervals that the body can recover from. Over time, these small doses of intensity accumulate, leading to significant metabolic improvements without requiring long, grueling workouts. Boosting metabolism with short bursts of intensity is about efficiency. It acknowledges that the body at 60 or beyond does not need endless hours of exercise, but instead responds powerfully to strategic, focused efforts. Unlike walking, which has limited metabolic impact, these bursts ignite the body's systems in a way that improves calorie burning, supports healthy blood sugar, preserves muscle, and enhances overall vitality. For older adults looking to stay energetic, manage weight, and protect long-term health, incorporating these intervals is one of the smartest and most effective approaches available. Mobility and joint health are two of the most critical factors in maintaining independence and quality of life after the age of 60. While many people focus on walking as their primary form of exercise, walking does little to address the stiffness, tightness, and reduced range of motion that naturally come with aging. Over time, joints lose lubrication, cartilage wears down, and muscles and connective tissues surrounding the joints become less flexible. This often leads to aches, reduced movement, and an increased risk of injury. To counter these changes, flexibility work becomes essential. By incorporating exercises that improve mobility and joint health, older adults can keep their bodies moving freely, reduce pain, and preserve the ability to perform daily activities with ease. Mobility is not just about moving the body from one place to another. It is about how smoothly and fully each joint can move through its range of motion. Without mobility, even simple tasks like bending to pick something off the floor, turning the head while driving, or reaching for an item on a shelf can become difficult or even dangerous. Walking is a repetitive forward motion that does not challenge the joints in multiple directions or through their full range. Flexibility work, on the other hand, directly targets tight muscles and stiff joints, encouraging them to loosen, lengthen, and function as they should. This helps maintain fluid movement and prevents the rigidity that so often limits older adults. Joint health depends heavily on movement. Joints are nourished by synovial fluid, which acts as a lubricant and shock absorber. This fluid circulates best when the joint is moved through its full range regularly. Without this stimulation, joints can become stiff and painful. Flexibility exercises such as gentle stretching, yoga, tai chi, or dynamic mobility drills encourage the flow of synovial fluid, reduce stiffness, and keep joints healthy. By moving in different planes, forward, backward, sideways, and rotationally, these exercises ensure that joints do not get locked into limited patterns of movement. Another benefit of flexibility work is its role in preventing injury. Many injuries in older adults occur not because of a lack of strength, but because of restricted mobility. A stiff hip or ankle, for instance, can make it harder to adjust quickly when balance is lost, increasing the risk of a fall. Tight muscles can also pull unevenly on joints, creating pain or misalignment over time. By improving flexibility, the body becomes more adaptable, resilient, and better prepared for unexpected movements. This adaptability translates into greater confidence during daily life, whether climbing stairs, getting in and out of a car, or simply bending down to tie shoes. Flexibility work also helps to relieve common aches and pains associated with aging. Stiff shoulders, tight backs, and sore knees are often the result of limited mobility and shortened muscles. Gentle stretching lengthens muscles, reduces tension, and promotes better alignment. Practices like yoga not only improve flexibility, but also strengthen supporting muscles around the joints, providing both stability and mobility. Tai Chi, with its slow, controlled movements, is particularly effective for older adults because it combines flexibility, balance, and mindfulness in one practice. These kinds of exercises also help calm the nervous system, lowering stress and improving overall well-being. Perhaps one of the most overlooked benefits of flexibility and mobility training is the way it enhances overall movement quality. Strong muscles are important, but if they cannot move fluidly through a full range, they are limited in their usefulness. Flexibility work ensures that strength can be applied effectively in real life movements. It also allows older adults to maintain proper posture, reducing the strain on joints and preventing compensations that lead to pain or dysfunction. Better posture and alignment further improve breathing, circulation, and even digestion, showing how mobility influences many aspects of health beyond just the joints. Incorporating flexibility work does not require complex routines. Simple daily stretches, like reaching overhead, rotating the spine gently, or stretching the calves and hamstrings, can have a profound impact when done consistently. Even a few minutes each day makes a difference. What matters most is regularity, since flexibility is best maintained through continual practice rather than occasional effort. Combining stretching with breathing exercises can further enhance relaxation and the effectiveness of mobility training. Enhancing mobility and joint health through flexibility work is about preserving the ability to move comfortably and confidently at any age. While walking provides some benefits, it is not enough to counteract the stiffness and reduced range of motion that come with aging. Flexibility exercises directly address these issues, keeping joints lubricated, muscles lengthened, and the body agile. For people over 60, this means less pain, fewer injuries, and greater independence. It means being able to enjoy life's daily activities without the frustration of limited movement. Ultimately, flexibility and mobility are not luxuries, but necessities for healthy aging, ensuring that the body remains as capable, comfortable, and resilient as possible in the years ahead.